Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. Today, I got home from work, and I didn't do a whole lot. I basically was just flipping through stuff, trying to kill stuff off the DVR. I was home alone, and I came across Impact Wrestling from TNA. Everybody knows it's on Thursday, and you can tell by the title of my video, I'm making a TNA review, and it is on Saturday. Normally, people, when they make reviews on TV shows or pay-per-views, they make them basically the day of the show, probably that night before they go to bed when everything's fresh on their mind. I did not get a chance to watch Impact on Thursday because I had to be at work really early on Friday, and my cable company, where I live here in Sacramento, they don't offer Spike East Coast feed, so I really have to stay up till 8. One of the cool things about being on the West Coast when they used to give it to us was we used to be able to watch Raw at 5 and all the shows like that. Basically now, the cable company I have basically killed off that gimmick where they don't want to pay for the channel twice to give it to us, so we really have to wait up for it. Monday Night Raw, if I'm home, as most people know, most of the time I'm not, I will just sort of stream it on the computer, because that's a show that you have to watch live. Impact, honestly, I can look at my timeline, and honestly, like maybe 2-3 people honestly really watch it in and out. This Impact scored a very, very low rating, under 1.0, which is just over 1 million people. So basically, nobody saw the show. But this show was fucking awesome. I mean, honestly, I sat down to watch this show, and I thought I was going to watch it how I watched most episodes of SmackDown, where I just sort of turn it on, I hit fast forward. If there's something that comes up that looks good, or something that I know about, like this show, one of the best things I like listening to the Brian Vinny show on Figure 4 Weekly and Wrestling Observer, their Friday show. One of the main reasons I really like to listen to that show is they review Impact, and Impact is a show that I honestly don't always get to watch. So it sort of tells me like what I want to watch when it's on. Now, something happened when I started the TV show that I didn't get to sit right down and hit the fast forward button until it goes. So I actually got to watch the promo that opened the show, setting up the Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy, what do they call these? Full Metal Mayhem match, which is basically a TLC match. They did a fucking TLC match for free on TV, and nobody watched. It was awesome. And they were setting up that whole feud, and then basically it kicks off going into a 2 out of 3 fall for the TNA World Tag Team title match. It was Bobby Roode and Austin Aries, who were the champions, going up against Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez. I have never really been a big, Chavo fan, but Hernandez has always been a guy that I've always sort of rooted for. These guys do work as a tag team, but honestly, I have been really, really waiting for Hernandez to turn on Chavo for the longest time. And sort of break this team up. They had the gimmick where if they didn't win this match, it was their last chance and they're going to have to break up as champions. They made a big deal out of this. Roode and Aries scored their early first win, and from then on, it was just an awesome tag team match. This is a really, really great match. They went back and forth. They kept on looking like Hernandez and Chavo were back up against the ropes, and basically Chavo was able to hit the frog splash at the end, and they were able to pin Roode, and they were able to win the title. This was a great way to kick off Impact. They were live in Corpus Christi this week. I thought that the fans there in Corpus Christi, it was a great way to kick off the live show. As you know, they always will record the first show live, and then they tape the second one. And a lot of times when you watch the second week of a live taping, the crowd's just not into it because, basically 4 hours of wrestling is a lot of wrestling to be really, really pumped up for through the whole time. But it was a great, great thing. One of the highlights of this show was basically Brooke Hogan walking around in the back. She ran into Joey Ryan, and she had humongous nipples. I mean, these nipples were poking out huge. As Brian and Vinny, on their review, Vinny said that he thought that Brian had updated his TV to be a 3D television, the way these nipples are popping out. I was looking for them, but honestly, these are nipples that you honestly really, really could not miss. From there, good old Joey Ryan said that he wanted to be involved in the knockouts match that was going to be later tonight, but basically she said she wasn't needed and she had a different match for her lined up. Last week it was a big clusterfuck where he tried to be involved in the match, trying to get it on with all the chicks in there, only for Terrence Terrell to hit the low blow on Joey Ryan. It was pretty entertaining. I didn't see that match live, but they showed you enough of it that you felt like you saw it as the pump up for the match. One of the biggest things going on in TNA right now, honestly, is the Knockouts division, with Taryn Terrell switching over being a referee and trying to get her hands on Gail Kim. In this match, she was finally able to get her hands on her in a one-on-one match. ODB came down. She was the new, I don't know if she was a one-time thing or what, but she was the special guest referee. Taryn Terrell, who in my opinion, honestly, is the hottest woman in wrestling right now. I always had a thing for her when she was Kimberly in ECW, and when she wrestled for, I think she was on Raw, she might have been on SmackDown, but she always wrestled in a skirt, and I thought that was, some pretty attractive stuff. I'm not even sure if it's 100% confirmed that they're going to have TNA's Bound for Glory in San Diego, but it's heavily rumored. And if it is, Taryn Terrell, honestly, is one of the people that I'm really, really looking forward to meeting and getting my picture with off of everybody in the whole roster. Let's say that this chick is a babe. She might be one of the best-looking babes to me in a long, long time. I don't want to say in the history of wrestling. Trish was pretty good looking today, but Taryn Terrell right now is rocking my boat. The one thing that I don't really understand with all of Impact Wrestling is this gut check thing. It still really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't think you're bringing any viewers, tricking people into thinking that this is reality-based television or anything like that. Apparently, last week, an indie wrestler that a lot of people like, Pierce, Adam Pierce, was sent away because he cheated in his match. And some guy who I thought was Hunico, basically, wrestling under a mask, he was brought back for the gut check program, where he was just basically told that he wasn't going to be needed. They sent him walking away. From there, we went to AJ coming out. AJ was confronted. Well, no, AJ didn't come out. I think Hogan was the one who came out. He started the program. Then he was met by AJ in the ring. AJ, I think, is one of the best things going on. Yes, it's a rerun. Yes, we've seen all this crap in WCW before with Sting, but the way that they are doing it, it looks awesome. And every time that you see AJ, the character just evolves a little bit more, and you got James Storm, who's still mad that AJ turned on him, and he wants to get a piece of him. AJ versus James Storm will be a match that is next week, that has been confirmed. You even had Christopher Daniels and Kazarian come down and apologize for the whole Claire Lynch thing. Honestly, when they bring up Claire Lynch, to me, it is a lot like WB mentioning Katie Vick. To me, Claire Lynch is something that should be never mentioned ever again. It was pretty embarrassing for the company, and for them to go on, keep saying her name, just sort of slaps the fans in the face for, setting them up for a huge angle that just didn't deliver. But luckily for us, they did move on pretty fast, but it was bad. Joey Ryan versus Rob Terry. Rob Terry won. Nothing much to say about that one. I do like Joey Ryan. I think that his, I don't know, it's not the Titantron, the Impactron, whatever you want to call it. Not the music. The music's good, but the screen that's on the screen, when he comes down, I think is one of the best. It's just him making different sort of faces in the middle of his name. I always laugh at it every time I see it. Rob Terry's a guy that Impact's going to keep pushing, hoping that it becomes a star, but I really don't think that they have it. Before the Full Metal Mayhem match, Hogan he actually is the general manager of the show, but he's leaving before the main event. In the main event that he is all involved in, because his daughter is married to the guy who's the leader of Aces and Eights, who is the champion, but apparently maybe he's going to make another sex tape or something like that, but he is leaving. Made no sense to me. He tries to get Brooke to go. Brooke says she wants to sit front row and watch the match, and they make a real point of saying that the security guard for TNA is going to be with them. I've never really heard them mention this before, and I've noticed the security guys on TNA a whole bunch. I know that when they were Main Event Mafia, They used the two fat guys. I'm really, really hoping that we don't see like another security guard angle involved in TNA, but I've never really seen any point of wrestling mention that they're going to have these security guys that are really obvious that are sitting with her front row. But I'm looking at anything. Before the match, Bully Ray makes it a point to tell all the Ace and Eights guys that he's going in there by himself, and they're going to stay out in the parking lot, and that he has to beat Jeff Hardy alone, which really sets up in your mind that if there's not going to be any Ace and Eights interference, maybe we really could see a title change tonight. They're not doing the pay-per-views. They're trying to make Impact be as special as they can be, as well as the special Impact pay-per-views that they had to film that are going to be shown, every couple, I think once a month. Honestly, I know it was the worst timing in the world, and every joke's already been made that nobody cared about Impact last week with WrestleMania being there, but also they ran a pay-per-view, which I believe was the X-Division pay-per-view. I didn't even see any wrestling websites post the results for that, so it is what it is. This Full Metal Mayhem match for the tag team. This Full Metal Mayhem match for the TNA World Title match was fucking awesome. It was really good. These guys beat the hell out of each other. They did every ladder spot you can think of, where they climb up to the top, and it looks like Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray get a fight at the top of the ladder, only for Bully Ray to push him off the top. He crashes through the ladder. Bully Ray grabs the title, and his face honestly looks like he's been through a war. He looks like the craziest madman in the world, and it capped off an awesome episode of Impact. How nobody watched this, I have no idea. If you have this on your DVR, if you know wrestling websites, you can go and you can stream this show. Honestly, I will, highly recommend it. I watched the whole show sitting down thinking I was going to watch the whole show in maybe 15, 20 minutes, fast forwarding through everything. I did not hit the fast forward button one time except for the commercials. I watched every, inch of the show, and I thought it was really, really good. I always, try to give TNA as much props as I can, but I honestly think this show is more fun than watching Raw this Monday. I'm going to go try and watch SmackDown right now, probably, but I think I'll be laying down to go to bed, so I don't really know how much of that I'll really watch, but I'm interested in seeing, what they do with Ziggler and Swagger and Del Rio. But honestly, this show blew me away. It really surprised me. All I can do is just beg if there's a way you can see this show before next Thursday. Honestly, really do it, because I think it was really, really good. This is TV Breach. Thank you guys. Peace out.